What's good, YouTube? That's about my full power What's Good YouTube on the new condenser microphone. No longer are your ears getting wrecked by me, so you can turn that volume knob back up safely and not worry too much about good old me. I know some of you come here for the ear wreckage, but don't worry, the What's Good YouTube is still there. So what's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. We've got a brand new market watch for you guys today. Nimble Sunfish, an odd buyout that never got a reprint. Nimble Sunfish reads, so when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, send a fish monster from your deck to the graveyard, then you special summon one Nimble Sunfish from your deck. Basically, we have a Nimble card coming out in Circuit Break that doesn't suck, and this never got another printing. It's not that good still. In the Nimble decks that I saw running around, this wasn't one of the most played cards. All you do is send a fish type monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then you special summon another one of himself. It's not the greatest. It doesn't suck, but it's just not the greatest. It's from the Shining Darkness, by the way. And we see it at 21 on TCG Player, $10 on eBay, only 4 listings. I'd wait and chill on it, but I think its Fallout price, even though its norm used to be $1.79, just because it received a buyout, will be $5. A, because it's a meme card and people like having meme cards. B, because it's getting actual support coming out. I really do hope it falls all the way back down, though. I don't think it's a smart buyout. I don't think that people are going to be snapping these up thinking they'll be anything meta relevant. But I've been wrong before, and I can admit when I'm wrong. I just don't think I'm going to be wrong here. The Jeff Jones special, the anytime he makes any kind of step into the top cut, something usually happens with the price. Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer is one of the victims here. And it's the secret rare. You can get the super rare still super cheap at like 34 cents. So you don't have to worry about that. But we come down, the Unlimited's at 11. The First Ed at 12. So not much of a difference between the two before it goes to 13 for First Ed. We go over to eBay, and it's already much, much cheaper, and it wasn't the other day. It was like $9.10 on eBay. We see it at $4.47 here, and 5 from Canada, so people didn't even bother buying out the Canadian one. So, like, actually 7 after everything. And we keep going, $8. Where's our First Ed? $8.75. So, it's quickly cheapening out. This card was already slowly on the rise because a lot of Pendulum players and duelists were choosing to play this, even at 1 just to pop Iris to get Joker, rather than use the Lizard Guitardal engine. That's what I'd been doing as well for the new format with Wavering. I think that's pretty good to have it no matter what, or at least have access to it as a Pendulum player. And people want a hollowed out version. Again, always shop both. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but hey, you always want to look around. Psyframe Lord Omega, $8 near mint. I've been screaming from the rooftops, you want to get this sooner than later. It's also played in the Pendulum deck. It's been creeping up over time. The High Speed Riders, this is a ridiculous buyout. $28, $31. Nobody cares about having the higher rarity version Psyframe Lord Omega. Nobody. What if they just printed it in the new OTS pack coming up? Like, what if they just did that to you? Like, I don't think anybody cares about having a different kind of secret rare. I actually like the new foiling that comes from Battle of Legends. I don't think anyone's trying to, you know, oh, my Omega looks so much better because the stars and the attribute, they do not shine. I don't think anybody has that mentality. And we come over here, and it's been on the rise. This first one's an Orica. We see $8 on Psyframe Lord Omega, $8.50, $8.50. Let's go ahead and type in High Speed Riders now. I actually haven't looked at how the Fallout on eBay. And looks like somebody doing that double set crap that I really hate. Custom Orica, and $20 already on the Fallout here. So $10 cheaper, and it'll continue to fall. It'll continue to reach back down to about the price of the Battles of Legend one. There was just a lower quantity. Don't buy it. Don't care about it. Just don't do it. That's all I've got to say on this one. Whoever bought it out made a relatively poor choice. They're still waiting for the shipping and they haven't received them, and it's going to cool its jets really fast, and there's not going to be actual sales data from this. Swap Frog Ulti continues to stay up above the 40 mark, or at the 40 mark actually, with the lowest one here. But if you want to set 41, 41, 41 over here on TCG Player. But more interestingly, the common continues to stick around the $5 mark. But on eBay, the lowest was at $8 yesterday. Today there's 2 new listings. We have one at 6 and one at 7. But for all Swap Frog Ian, look at this. 20 total listings over here. Only 20 listings, and we only have 21 total sellers on TCG Player for the common. For a relatively budget deck, even with this price, I would say it's kind of the hardest piece to find without having ever had a reprint besides a higher rarity version. So let's go ahead and look up Ultimate and see what we get. 12 of the 20 listings, so 8 were common. That's crazy. We have 46, 48, 49. So ironically, well, I mean unusually, not actually ironically, Swap Frog is actually cheaper on TCG Player by far. That's really interesting to me. So I guess if you're selling, you might want to go over to eBay and list yours. If you're being a buyer, you might want to check out here or just try to get a local deal from a Paleozoic player who doesn't value their deck very much. They're like, oh yeah, it's all commons. That happens a lot, and they don't really care, and they're willing to give you a really great deal on it if you're actually interested in playing with it and not just taking it to resell to somebody else. Ooh, hate giving advice. And Dupe Frog, we got the $1.20 mark. It's still around there. I think the lowest is in the $1.10 range. And we've got a $5 Dupe Frog Super here. It's just been trickling up. What's really interesting is actually there's only 6 total prices for this card. 6 total sellers. A lot of them do have the 3s. Let's see if anybody's holding the line, because this card is about to be gone. Like, it's just naturally been gone. And you see this graph. It's going on. So I don't think anybody's waiting with a super large quantity of these. It's been sold all the way through the Paleozoic format where it was really prevalent. And yeah, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. That's not enough to state an entire player base who might be going to this deck. Although it's not, it's proven the deck has relatively high sales volume. So Dupe Frog probably about to disappear from the market. And we see only 8 total sellers here on eBay overall. And it goes up a little more quickly, and foreign sellers hold the final line with ridiculous shipping to the US. So I'm sure if you're in the area of Australia and you needed these might be your cheapest options. I'm sure it's not like that for that place, but yeah, after the 680 range, it's that easy for it to disappear off of both eBay and TCG Player. And yes, I'm aware I'm showing it on Market Watch. I'm naturally speeding it up in some senses, or unnaturally, but it's already reached this point on its own, and it's about to leave. So if you've been waiting on this, get them right now. And that's all I can say. If there is a buyout, it will cool back down over time. It's not one of the most prevalent decks in the meta, but I would have your sooner than later if you've been trying to get this card. Foolish Burial Goods, $6 on the Mega Pack version and $9 on the original. For some reason, people like to care about having an original. The foiling's actually exactly the same on this one. It's going to be really good in the Spiral deck, which is a meta deck. So yes, I guess people pick at the higher rarity. But it's been going up naturally on its own. You want to have this card. You will probably need the card if you're playing Spirals. And as we've seen from the OCG, that's pretty much the top meta deck there. We look over here, and we've got as low as $5.50 still, $6, $6. It's creeped up slowly. It wasn't one of the original starting highest prices, and it's just been going up slowly. But I want to see what the rate version's lowest is. I think it's like $7. Yeah, $7 or best offer before $9.34. So there's one pretty cheap one before we get into the expensive range on rate once again. Like, if you just watch, you'll find sellers like this. This has been all morning. So you just wait and pick if you truly want that higher rarity, spending a little more higher rarity. I hate saying that, it's just original set. But people do consider it the higher rarity. Yeah, you know, people tend to think about it. Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries also has that kind of $2 to $3 gap above. We see it at $9.73 here. We see it at $12.28 over here. A kind of $2 plus gap. And it's a really good card. I think it's going up for two reasons. A, it was probably the call of the Megatins to go up over time. Not a lot of people kept their quantities on the Megatins would be the second reason, and really wanted to make their money back, and this was one of the higher priced cards that they could pack. So a lot of people put theirs on the market, a lot of people didn't hold back on this card, and it's just pretty much shot up. And I think there is a third reason. Ash Blossom is so high, I've actually heard multiple people quote in my stream, well, it's a good replacement for Ash Blossom. And to that, a lot of my chat replies, is it? It really isn't. A, you're going to have to buy the really expensive card to go with it. Let's realize that right now. You're buying 3 of these bad boys, or bad girls, at about $10. And then you're also going to have to own the really expensive Spiral card, depending on its rarity and how easy it is to get. Then you're going to have to also have counters to other decks to make your Ghost Reaper good. And usually the pieces you want, like Firewall Dragon, are also expensive. So are you really saving money against Ash Blossom? Maybe a little? To get a little less? That's my opinion on this card, but it is a really good card nonetheless. All the Reaper / Ghost / Joyous Spring, all those cards, they're really good on their own and will have their points to shine in the meta. This definitely will be a hard Firewall counter for the World Chalice decks, and a hard counter to the Spiral Extra decks. Past that, I don't know how good it is, but I think it'll shine in the Spiral format, and a lot of people think so too. I would not call it a replacement for Ash Blossom by any means, though. So, thanks for watching this Market Watch. What did you guys think of the new mic? No longer busting out your eardrums, no longer just the loudest out here. But I'm still actually just as loud in my room. I'm actually really enjoying this. I tested it for 5 hours last night. It was so much work. Give it a thumbs up if you do enjoy the new volume. Please don't cry and ripperoni for the old volume. I think it's a good step in quality moving forward for the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.